So at first, many people thought the action button was useless when it was introduced on the iPhone 15 Pro. We now also have it on every single iPhone 16 model. And yes, this includes the new iPhone 16e. Really awesome to have this on this budget device. But the action button is actually not so useless. I've done a ton of research and also from my own experience, I'm going to share with you 5 of the best use cases of the action button. Some of these will absolutely blow your mind and are extremely useful. So without further ado, let me share with you these 5 awesome action button assignments. Let's start with number 1, actually one of my favorites of this list, and that is to automatically send a message when you press on the action button to anyone you'd like. This can be extremely useful, for example, if you need to send an emergency message or maybe send some love to your spouse or just annoy a friend. So let me show you how you can do this. So we go into the Shortcuts app, then we click the plus icon in the top right to create a new shortcut. Then we click on send message, or you can also search for it, send message. And then you can select the message you'd like to send here. For example, here, let's go with I pressed the action button, thumbs up. Here you need to select your recipients. So this can be anyone you'd like. So you press on recipients, for example. I selected AppleDsign here, can be anyone you'd like, your spouse, a good friend, or your family member. What we need to do is click this little arrow on the right and then make sure to toggle off a show when run. Hit done. And now this is called send message, but if you want, you can change it to whatever you'd like. You can rename this, change the icon, for example, I don't know, test message. It's like that. Hit done. Done again in the top right, and now we're good to go. So now to assign it to our action button, we need to go to settings, scroll to action button right here. As you can see, it's already put the shortcut. So let's say, for example, it's put to silent mode. We need to find the shortcut action, which is this one. Now select our shortcut. It is test message. So we click on that, and now whenever we press the action button, it's going to automatically send a message. Let's see that on my other iPhone. Yeah, there it is. As you can see, you automatically send a message to the one you assigned it to. Pretty awesome, actually. I love this one. And I think there are plenty of useful cases to use this. All right, number 2 is to add ChatGPT Voice, the voice model, to the action button. This is also one I'm using a lot. And for this to do, you need to, of course, have ChatGPT. And yeah, we're talking here about the voice model. So that is this action. You get this animation and you can talk to ChatGPT, and we want to immediately activate this when pressing the action button. And to do this, very simple, we go to settings, and again we go to our action button, and then we head over to our shortcut. And now what's really cool about what ChatGPT did is that by default, they already put ChatGPT voice in the shortcuts. So if you type ChatGPT, you get all these options, and the one we're looking for is start a voice conversation. So click on that, and now let's try it out. What are some of the best action button things you can assign to it?
The action button on the iPhone can be super versatile. Some of the best things you can assign to it include quickly launching the camera for instant photos, turning on the flashlight for quick illumination, activating a voice memo for recording.
All right, don't really agree with these suggestions, but you get the point. So yeah, assign ChatGPT a voice to it. Really awesome, really useful. Next up, what a lot of people are also assigning to the action button is orientation lock. So you can do this already if you want in your control center and then lock the orientation. Your iPhone won't shift, but some people really prefer to have this in their action button, and it's actually really easy to add this. So to do this, again, we head over to shortcuts, and in shortcuts, again, we're going to create a new shortcut and nothing to worry about. It's pretty easy. And then we search for orientation, and as you can see here, set orientation lock, very easy. And then you can select between turn or toggle. Toggle is the one we need. If you want, you can change the icon and the name as well of the shortcut. Not needed for the sake of this video. We hit done, and there it is, set orientation lock. Again, we go to our settings, and in our settings we go to the shortcut. Again, we select our shortcuts, so that's the set orientation lock. As you can see here, it's added like that. And now if we long press it, going to set the orientation lock. Let's see how that looks. Boom. Just like that, quick and easy access for if you want to lock your device when watching content so it's not shifting. Number 4, and this is actually one of the more complicated one, but really awesome to have, and that is that we can do a voice recording when the iPhone lies face down, and we can do something else when it lies face up. So let me slowly and briefly explain to you how you can get this. Don't stress out, it is in shortcuts. So we go to shortcuts again, and then we click the plus icon and we search for orientation. And we need to get the get orientation one, and this will actually tell you how your iPhone is orientated. So for us it's going to be face down, and we need to have an if action here. So we search for if and select this one, and then we get this whole layout. We're gonna slowly go through the steps. It's not complicated, trust me. If get orientation is, and now we're choosing one of the variables here, and we're gonna say face down, just like that, nothing special. We want the iPhone to activate a voice recording. So we search for a new action called a voice recording, create recording, that's what we want. We're gonna put this right here underneath. That's the first step of the shortcut. The second step is actually more or less similar. So if we search for get orientation, this is the second part of the shortcut. And again, we search for if that we need to add to the orientation variable below. And now it's not face down, but for example, if it's a face up, we can add something else, and this can be something you prefer to have. This can be the orientation lock, but this can also be, for example, I don't know, activate the flashlight. So let's search for set torch, and we can add that right there as well. We can put this to toggle, by the way. It doesn't have to turn. So toggle means it's going off when it's on and on when it's off. It's switching between those. And then we can just name this whatever we want for our shortcut. Let's, for example, call this voice torch. Just like that. Hit done in the top right. And now we're good to go. We're going to assign it again to our action button. Just like that. Go to shortcut there in the action button. And then we search for the one we just made. There it is. Voice torch. If I toggle it on right now, the flashlight should go on because it's facing upwards. Boom, just like that, flashlight is on, and then if we press it again, it's going to put the flashlight off. But here's the cool thing. Now if I put it face down, it's going to start a voice recording. So it's face down, press our action button. And just like that, it's starting a voice recording. How cool is that? I mean, it's gonna be amazing if you're in an interview or something. You just put your iPhone face down, you activate a voice recording by pressing the action button on the side, and you're good to go. I mean, this is absolutely awesome. And lastly, number 5, one that I think is really underestimated, and that is to assign a focus mode. So you have your different focus modes, and that you then can assign one of these to your action button to quickly change it when you're working or when you don't want to get disturbed. So we go to settings, and we're in the action button menu, and then we go to focus, and then we can select here the different focuses. So if we click on all focus modes, we can select the one we want. For example, now the reduced interruptions one is pretty fun to add, and now when you click it, it's quickly going to get activated just like that. You can see it on and off. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. These little tricks for your action button. I think this is a really great addition. It was introduced on the iPhone 15 Pro, and I'd love to hear what your favorite assignment is to the action button. Is it a shortcut or maybe something more simple, like the torch or the camera? Please share it with us in the comments. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one. Peace.